All right,
Cool.
so cold plunges, saunas. Is your 4 hour morning routine cold plunge sauna? Is that the reason you're rich now?
No, dude, I don't believe in a morning routine, man. I used to do morning routines.
Even as an athlete?
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, as an athlete, your morning routine is waking up and then telling you whatever, like, they need you to do. So, you know, you go do your workout, you come back, you do recovery, and then you'll rest all day. Like, that's it.
Damn. Well, guys, this is Noah. He is an athlete turned into a coach for coaches who coach athletes. No, he's a sports. He helps sports coaches grow their business. And give us a little introduction of yourself, a little bit of your story.
Yeah.
We'll go from there.
So my name's Noah Varner. I'm from Cary, North Carolina. I basically scaled my own private soccer training business to over 6 figures within the first calendar year in business. Kind of capped out. We worked with over about 300 plus athletes in my local community, and then got so successful at it that I decided to start my own coaching company. And actually, these two guys showed me the way to run ads and stuff, and blew up my business. Basically, took it from zero to $100,000 within about 7.5 months. Within that first 7 months, and been killing it ever since, and just growing it. So
that's it, dude. One of the things I wanted to ask you from when we first met you, can you provide a little insight on why you wanted to go with online coaching and not like do like in person?
Yeah, I mean, scalability. I'm not somebody who wants to make 10K a month. I want to figure out how to make 100K a month, and the only way to do that is through the internet.
Yeah.
At least at a local level, like, you can only reach so many groups of people, and I'm also arrogant enough and can handle people hating on me enough to get onto the internet as well. You know?
That's it,
Yeah, you were saying this morning, the more hate comments you get, the more money you make. You know your ads are performing when you get hate comments.
That's the classic indication that it's working. Is like I wake up to somebody insulting how I look, or like me being a scammer or something. You know.
Nice try, Diddy. That's the thing we see all the time.
Nice try,
Dude,
Diddy.
oh my god, all my ads are filled up with that crap. The diddler.
Jeez, dude.
Dude, yeah, so a little insight, right? So we worked with Noah initially to help him launch his business when we had our old business. A lot of great experiences. You're like one of those like 1% clients. Every coaching business wishes their entire program was filled with students like you, because you're one of those guys that just came in and just executed. Like I remember when we first launched your ads, it was not going the way we wanted. Like your cost per follower was like $13. It was ridiculous. But you, at no point throughout our entire journey working together, were you like swayed by anything. You were like, all right, what's the next step, Alex? What's the next step, Trevor? How do I go from here to here? And you scaled ridiculously fast. I actually want to take this moment in time, as we all ran our coaching business, and you're running one now, very successful. What are some characteristics of those students that you guys have worked with that just kind of hit it out the park right away? Trevor, you're now running a new coaching business. Have you seen different parallels of business owners, or just everyday people, or is there like a certain formula for it?
Like character of people?
Yeah, like what are some characteristics, things that you see that are common?
Bro, my best students, and like obviously after running this business now, like I can compare it to the one we were in.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally people who are just like me.
Mm-hmm.
Like younger versions of me, like 18, 19, but they like think and operate the same as me. Those are the people that do good. So
can you provide some more insight in that? What does it mean to be like you?
Like, what are the characteristics that come along?
well, there's obvious ones like you have to work hard, you have to be committed, not a video game addict. Like on their self-improvement and stuff like that. But like people who I don't know, people that get brain rot and they like vibe with me, then it's perfect. Like there's the obvious ones, hardworking and all that stuff, but you kind of need both, at least from what I've seen.
What about you, Tyler?
I think like you said, with people who are just like, okay, cool, what's the next step? Like, done, what's the next step? The problem is that when you're trying to learn from somebody and then you don't take the advice that they tell you, like we were talking about earlier at breakfast, like, dude, the most annoying people are like, cool, do this, do X, Y, Z. And then you check in with them a couple days later and they're like, how's X, Y, Z going? Like, I got busy and I had it and I'll do this, and I'm like, how do you expect to ever be successful if you're not doing the work that needs to be put in? So I think people who can just do the work that needs to be done, and not give excuses. And yeah, like what you said with the next step, because that was very true. Yeah, I think that would sum it up.
No, how does it feel, man? What's your answer to that question?
So I think, at least me personally, like the biggest thing that goes into it is like people that aren't afraid to fail. Which I know that's so like very vague and broad and classic, but it just comes down to like, because like we were talking about, like people are scared to spend money to run ads.
Yeah.
Like I was spending, like you said, I was spending a bunch of money and I wasn't making anything, and but I wasn't scared to f that up and go broke. Like I'm not scared to go broke anymore, right? Which is why I'm becoming successful, just like you guys, right? It's the same thing. Like if you're scared to fail, and you're never gonna get out of where you're at in the first place.
Because you won't take those steps and those strides in order to achieve success, but you're just like stuck.
Exactly. And then I would say it's like people who put down a lot of money for your coaching program.
Yeah.
Right. Like you guys can turn to that. Like people who put down the most, like if people who pay in full, those are the guys who
That's
show up
true.
and they put in the work.
That's true.
It's because they're committed.
Yeah.
They're committed.
You're committed financially, which makes you committed mentally.
It literally forces you to do the work.
Yeah.
It's like,
So you're like, I
It's
paid for
stupid
this, I'm
lost
gonna get
all
the
that,
most
yeah.
out of it. Yeah, 100%.
On the flip side of that, what are some characteristics of the students that didn't do good in our programs?
No, start us off on this one.
So
Work backwards.
I mean, for my coaching program, it's literally just people who don't show up. Like it's so classic. Like all you have to do is show up. Show up. Obviously, you got to listen to what I'm saying and actually enact the things that I'm saying. But like, it's purely like half of it is just showing up, being on the group calls, like or just messaging me in general. Like that will get you over the line. Obviously, people who fail don't show up and do anything, right?
Yeah.
What about you? What do you think?
Actually, go ahead, Joey. You were saying something. I just.
3 things. The first is that they don't put in the work. So, I mean, you'd be shocked by how many people Alex and I specifically have worked with where they literally pay the money to join the program and they don't
They
do
disappear.
anything. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just like, if you have enough money, then fair enough. The second thing, like you said, people that like, I have to reach out to them to figure out they've been dealing with something when they could have just reached out to me and let me know, and I could have broken them out of it in like a couple minutes. And I'm actively trying to figure out how to solve that right now. And then the third thing is probably like payment plans and deposits and stuff like that. Like we were talking about with the paid in full stuff. People that do that, they just like, or like people that like ask stupid shit like, is there a guarantee and all this stuff. They're literally looking for a way out. So they come in with the wrong expectations, and then they just join and they're like, oh well, I can just not do anything and make money. So then they have like this backup plan, and it doesn't work.
Dude,
Burn the boats. Don't have a plan B.
that is it's so crazy to me that people will spend like $4 or $5 grand and not say anything. Like with a mentor and with an online coach, it actually makes life so easy because it just accelerates your learning curve. All you have to do is just ask a few questions and show up and consume the content, and you'll make money. But I mean, every coaching program I've ever been into, I try to consume the crap and then reach out, and it works every time.
It blew my mind the first time. I forgot his name, but this was way back when we first started. Paid $2 grand, and he just didn't do it.
He didn't do anything. He was having his own personal issues. But
But
damn, bro. I had to reach out to him to figure out that he was not going to continue with their program. So he gave us a 2K, didn't show up for the onboarding call, didn't do anything else, didn't message us.
waited like 2 months.
And then we finally reached out, like, yo, bro, what's going on? Oh, yeah, I'm going through some personal stuff. But he was one of the rare people that was like, super sorry, dude. I'm sorry I wasted your time. Have a good day. Like, he didn't even like request a refund or anything like that. So we're like,
That's lit.
I mean, that sucks. But anyway, I want to circle back to that. You had said expectations. I want to get back to a question, which is around like, how do we set right expectations? But before doing that, mental masturbation, that'd be my answer to that question. The people that overconsume content and they're just like trying to plan everything out meticulously.
The podcast watchers.
I'm gonna be a little sexist here. I find that women tend to do that more than men, but both genders do it a lot. It's just overthinking every little move, every little step, dude. Noah, bro, he said, bro, it came to a point where I showed Noah the scripts, We tried them together once or twice. Some worked, some didn't work. And then after that, Noah was just creating his own fucking scripts, bro. He would just go out, find other people. He got the concept and stopped trying to overthink every little word. Should I say the or was or is or how do I start this off again? Like he just started ripping shit. So it's like the mental masturbation. You gotta like consume a little bit, understand, set certain expectations, and just fall forward.
Yeah.
And whatever happens, happens.
Well, everybody's looking for the perfect setup. Right? Like everybody wants the perfect storm.
Business isn't perfect.
It's never perfect. Like I had one of my clients came to me he joined about 2-3 weeks ago, and then I reached out to him like a week ago, and I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, you launched your ads yet? He's like, oh no, I'm just waiting for my CRM to be set up perfect and have these systems in place and convert all
Like, dude, when you start seeing leads coming in, you're like, oh, I gotta do the back end work now and get this done so that I can keep up with this. That's the thing is, like you said, people are trying to get all the right conditions perfect, conducive to success. But what people don't realize is that you have to start doing the thing to get the outputs first, so that you have to build the back end. It forces you to like actually work on it, because you'll procrastinate. You'll take 2 hours to build a CRM. You'll spend 2 days on that. Yeah. But if you have leads coming in, you're like, oh shit, I gotta do this. You'll do it in 2 hours.
You do it fast.
Yep.
Fast.
I've done that so many times in life. Yeah. I always tell people, I say, jump off the cliff and build the parachute on the way down. Like, that's how I always approach business. It's like, dude, I just do it and I'll figure it out. This is going to force me to figure it out.
Is this on?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
See the
The screen thing.
The screen was off.
The screen turns off.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can see it on the camera.
I can't see from this angle.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like
it's
perfect. You're just waiting for a perfect storm. Like you in entrepreneurship, you have to figure it out as you go. Like that's all it is. Because there's never gonna be a point where like you have it figured out. It's gonna be super simple and easy. Like it's gonna take years for you to get to that. Like people are waiting for today to put it all together, and then I'll launch my ads, and then I'll try to go build it. It just makes no sense to me.
And you can have people, like you said, hiring a mentor, a coach, someone who's been there before and knows how to do it to accelerate that faster. But you have to actually listen to what they're going to say. That's what it all boils down to.
Yeah, I hated the people that were like, all right, let's run some follower ads. They go start off doing ads. I'm like, bro, like, come on, what are you doing? Expectations.
Real quick, throw something else in there. So my dad, with his business, with the mental masturbation part. So my dad, he would always call those people, I think they called them CMAs, chronic meeting attenders, where they would attend all the meetings, they would show up, they would talk to the people, they would talk shop, they would like to say the things and feel like they're doing something, but then when it came to doing the work, they wouldn't actually do anything. And he called them, I think it was CMAs, chronic meeting attenders. So that became like a thing in his office that people was like, oh, don't be a CMA. Yeah, and I was like, that's good, I like that. Yeah.
Expectations. So we just talked about good and bad clients, but one thing that we do a lot as entrepreneurs is try to take some level of accountability, most of the accountability a lot of the times. And looking back on it, I definitely believe the expectations going into our marketing and even our sales process could have been improved a little better, especially when you see other people in the space that had like rock hard expectations. So as I'm working with Tyler and another friend of ours, John, who's been on the podcast, as we're getting ready to build a new offer, a new business, one of the things in the expectations I was thinking to myself over the weekend is like, how do I set the right expectations in my marketing so I'm not attracting a bunch of like people that are expecting these crazy
100%.
results?
I should put trash in the top of the funnel, you're gonna get trash at the bottom.
100%.
Christian said that, and I was like, bro, he's so right.
Yeah.
Like it's duh, but it makes sense.
Yeah. So I actually want to pass it over to you, Trevor, because we've talked about this. I know the answer to it, but I want you to explain to the people watching, like working in 2 different businesses now, how do you set the right expectations so you get the people that come in and just start on the ground right away?
Because Trevor, it sounds like from everything that you always tell us about your business, like for you guys who don't know, Trevor is he's a man of few words, you know. He says the things that he needs to say to get the point across, and that's it. And I respect that, and that's great. But to the contrary of that, I don't really know what's always going on sometimes. But a lot of times what I do hear you say is that how much you love working with your students that you work with. Like that is one thing that you're like, dude, this is the best. Like these people are awesome. Like they're so easy to work with. And so that's a great question, Alex, specifically, like you said, for Trevor, because of he just gets perfect fits. And I think he's really mastered that.
Yeah, just keep it real with people. If I'm being honest, guys, I don't think it's too complicated. I think there's a shift in the marketplace happening.
And he talks like this in all his videos too. He's not like, yo guys, so we're gonna do this, and then he's like, bro, stop being a bitch. Like, just do the work. Like, that's literally how he talks. It's so funny.
No, but when I saw Charlie Morgan blow up doing like raw style content, I realized that people are so sick and tired of being lied to and being falsely marketed to. And it's just like, if you tell somebody that they're gonna make all this money in this short amount of time, you're gonna get the retards that believe that.
And how many times have they also heard that same message?
Exactly. And so when you do the opposite of that, and when you say the opposite, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna take time. You're gonna have to go and build the skill first. It's gonna take you X amount of days before you make money. Just being real, there's trust, and that's the biggest thing you need for a sale. And then there's like they'll listen to every word you say inside of the coaching programs because they like fully trust you. But yeah, just setting the right expectations. Like, the reality is, as we were just talking about, a lot of people fail with making money online. Why is that? Okay, well, you have to reach out for help. You have to put in the work, blah, blah, blah. And then you just say that on the sales call before they sign up. And you can actually use that, if you play it well, to qualify them. Like, hey, the program's X amount of dollars, but you have to put in the work and you have to reach out for help and stuff like that. Like, you actually flip it on them and qualify them, and that works really well for me.
Yeah, I think the mistake, especially with a lot of social media marketing agencies and a lot of like young entrepreneurs coming up and trying to make their first sale, sign their first set of clients, you're trying to give everybody the work like the world, right? You're trying to sell like everything that you can just to make that sale. That becomes a really tricky game over time, especially in the info space, where you see these ads. We talk about these ads all the time. I'm going to put my credit card into your account. I'm going to run the ads for you. And if you don't make your money back in 22 seconds, I'll give you
$5,000.
Yeah, like, they're making these
doing?
insane claims now. And it's like, holy shit, dude. Like, it's a race to the bottom at this point.
Yeah.
So, like you said, you cut through the noise there. And Noah, I want to hear you, man. You've been running ads for some time now. What's kind of been the evolution with your marketing, and what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so starting at the top of the funnel, right, and like with those simple follower ads, what I did notice was like when I started promising, and I've split test ads that will talk about making, I've made X amount of dollars in this time versus just a result based driven of how many clients versus just like an overall business. And every time I've split tested it, I've always seen that me talking about money, and it's not a false promise because it's somewhat true, but it seems false to them, always performs way worse than just giving more of a real, like, look, this is how it is. And I'm interested because what you said about basically like them pitching themselves. Are you talking about like disqualifications on the sales calls? Like,
Yeah.
And then they're basically, because it's smart, because it's flipping it on them, and then they're selling themselves into
Saying, oh yeah, no, I will do that. I'm willing to put in the work. I am, yeah.
I do it on my YouTube videos too, but I do it in both.
Gotcha.
YouTube videos and sales calls.
What is your, I'm interested because you're huge in organic, and I don't mean to get off track here.
No.
You're huge in organic. Like, are you putting in a call to action every single video? Like, how are you getting people signing up through?
At this point, and I'm thinking about changing it a little bit, but it's working so well, I don't know if I should. But it's like every video I create is like a VSL. So I start off the video with an introduction, and then I do some sort of hook, like, hey, if you stick around to the end of this video, you'll be getting this, that, and the third. And then right after that, I go into my qualifications. Who is this video for? This video is perfect for you if you're already working a job, you're making a little bit of money, but you're trying to go big, you're a young man. I just list out all the qualifications that I'm looking for in somebody.
You want to live in a skybox like me.
Yeah. All the stuff that you want in the person. And then you say, who is this not for? And you say all the shit you don't want. If you're going to be a lazy piece of shit, just get off this video now. I say that in like almost every video I make. If you're looking for a secret magic button or a secret formula to make money online, just get off this video and go get scammed by some other dummy that will take your money. Like, you just say these things in your video and you just push the bad people away, and then the good ones keep watching and they'll trust you more. And yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
And then I CTA every video.
Yeah, are you pushing a book call?
Yep.
Like, yeah, just go book in a call with me if this is you. Mm-hmm. Okay, interesting.
No, are you doing YouTube?
Yeah, I'm now starting to go all in on my YouTube and I've been posting about every day for about the last 10, 11 days. So
Let's go.
yeah, it's hard, dude. It's hard.
So you've been doing it every day?
Every day, yeah. It's brutal, bro.
I did it for like 40, 50 days, and that was it for me.
Would you make one every day?
Every day. Yeah. I wasn't batching. I was doing it every day.
That's my problem. So I'll batch everything on like Wednesday.
Yeah.
And that's not the day I'm looking forward to waking up. It's like 4 hours of just me talking to a camera. Which a lot of people don't talk about is also when you get into the online space, I hate talking to a camera. I hate putting myself on the internet.
Yeah.
But no.
Here we are.
But you have faces here. You're not talking directly to the camera. Yeah.
What is it about that you don't like?
Well, okay, it's not that I don't like it. It's just uncomfortable. Like opening up my phone and like seeing my family and friends, seeing my stuff online, and like it being filled. It's just like I don't know. It's just kind of somewhat embarrassing. But then also it's like, who cares? Like I'm gonna make a crap
They're
load of
not
money.
paying your bills.
I'm gonna make 4 times the amount of money you're gonna make this year by me just setting up a camera and talking on it.
Other
So it's
people's
like
opinions don't pay your bills.
exactly.
So, well, some do.
But not your family.
That's
I just hate going out to bars or something, and then or like meeting up with friends or seeing family, and they just talk about like me like online and like, oh, I saw your video the other day. It's like,
It was so cute.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it made me 5K.
Exactly.
Yeah. We were talking about that at breakfast. We were talking about the hate comments, right? Because we were talking about, he's like, every time I see hate comments, I know my ads are working. And so I was saying that with freaking TikTok, bro. I did a video reply to someone's hate comment, and that video that I did the video reply for made me 5K. I'm like, thanks, brother. Thanks for the hate comment, dude. You just made me $5,000.
Yeah.
Like, it's so ridiculous, dude. Like how can you turn those negative things into positives? Like, how can you turn the losses into wins? How can you take the quote unquote failures and take those lessons and turn them into victories that you learn from the
Bro, like what hating really is it's just people. Like you'll rarely ever get a hater that's doing better than you.
I don't think you ever will.
Sure.
I've never
It's
had one.
possible for sure. It's all bums in their basement somewhere.
They're all just broke. Like they're not gonna buy our program anyways. They're just it's like whatever, bro.
Yeah.
Dude,
Just keep getting me more comments so I can get more views.
that's kind of how I got into online coaching. It was like I would always consume all the time, and I would just see people hating on these people, and I'd be kind of hating too. And I thought, and I'm like,
Then you're like,
wait a minute, this guy's making like 10 times the amount of money I'm making. Why don't I just do this?
Yeah.
So if you're able to take the hate, I mean,
That's how I was with TikTok, bro. I hate it, bro. In
and
college,
IG too.
and IG, dude. I remember, dude, I didn't have an Instagram until I was like a senior in high school, dude. I literally hated social media, hated it so much. But then you see a 17-year-old kid like making 10, 20K months, and you're like, wait, hold on. Dude, what it was with TikTok was the dancing and like the memes and shit like that. I just like, dude, I'm not about to watch this.
Yeah.
And now here, lo and behold, I'm using it all the time, dude. So
I was doing appointment setting for you, and I remember the ads comments.
yeah, dude.
They were devious.
But yeah, people have the craziest hate, but like you said, very rarely will they ever make more money than this. But yeah, man, dude,
They're just like trying to bring you down. It's like,
yeah, it's fine. Boys, it's almost the end of the year, man. Another year, really, really quick, man.
This was the fastest year yet because so much happened this year. Like, I think all of us had like extremely life-changing. Well, we all moved here also.
Yeah.
You moved what month did you
I
move?
moved here in June.
Okay.
1st.
Okay, cool. So Noah moved here 2 months before us. So we've been here 3.5 months. You've been here 5.5 months, and we live like 15 minutes away, across the bridge from each other. But there's been like 2024 has been crazy. There's been so much in this year that has changed, like between business models changing, moving across the country,
Lifestyle.
lifestyle,
Really different now,
you
man.
know,
I eat more meat now.
relationships.
Than ever
Like, yeah, it's been a good year.
before. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. So my question
It's
though to
not
you
done.
guys, it's not done. So we're still a lot more to do, but 2025. Is there anything? Do you guys go into the year just kind of planning like something big, or you kind of just go with the flow with everything?
I really don't like New Year's resolutions because I think it gives people an excuse to push stuff off.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never been a big fan of them because it's like we were saying, we were talking about doing some stuff. We're like, cool, we're gonna hit this money goal, and then we'll start this new business thing, or we'll wait until 2025. And it was like, cool, but like we should just do it now, now kind of a thing, right? Which we kind of are. And it's like, why? It's that same principle. Jump off the cliff, build a parachute on the way down. And it's like people just wait. And so I have mixed feelings on it, but generally I'm not a fan of New Year's stuff because it's just like, dude, like it's just another month. It's like, oh, it's a new year, new me. I'm like, bro, just do it to new you now. Like, why are you waiting?
Yeah, I don't get that. I'm not somebody who's like sitting down once a year and planning. I do a New Year's plan every month. Like I'll do that once a month where I'm like, okay, look, like this is where I want to go, and this is what I did, and like let's reposition here, let's make moves here, and then I'm constantly like planning. Like I feel like running businesses, at least, it's 80% of it is planning what you're going to do. 20% of it's actually executing it.
Yeah.
And figuring out what because I mean, dude, you could go out and do shit, but if you don't know what you're doing and it's not meticulously planned, things can go totally sideways really quick.
It's very true.
Yeah. I'm the same way. Like the only thing I'll do for New Year's, but I do this like every week anyways, is just restructure and make sure my vision is clear. Like that's it. What do I actually want? How am I going to get there? But like, I do that on the New Year, but I would have done it anyways if it wasn't the New Year. So.
Yeah, if you ever see Trevor just standing, staring into space on the balcony, that's what he's doing. He's just visioning. He's just visioning. Yeah.
Well, that's good because that was actually going to be my next part of the question. Is like, how do you guys? So one of the things that I've been lacking on is just proper journaling. Like I will sit and think, but like I want to do it in a certain way that's a little bit more productive, or like.
I go in waves with it. Like I'll get into it for a few months and then I'll fall off because I'm like working at what I was planning.
Right. So do you guys, first of all, do you guys journal? And if so, like, do you have a certain strategy to journaling or visionary, even if it's not like a direct journal, but like on a Google Doc? What does that look like for you guys?
Bro, I think the biggest thing is just get away from like electronics. Like I don't even journal that much. The only thing I do is just make sure my vision's clear. The only way to do that though is when you're not on your phone. If you're on your phone or just like working out or doing whatever, like you can't think about it. So you need to give yourself like an hour to just sit there and think with nothing. And you'll usually find the answer.
Grounding is the word you said? Because when we were talking about this in the groups, that's the, like when you're away from all technology and you're trying to, I was talking about like speaking to God better, and I was saying I was going to the beach. I think the term you said is called grounding.
That's just nature.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just being in nature. I mean, like, your body is a conductor of electricity, and you do have negative and positive charges running through your body, and obviously rubber soles on your shoes do stop that. So that's why when you go to the beach, you go barefoot in nature. Like that's why you feel better, because a lot of times, like it's like it sounds woo-woo, but it's literally science. Like it sounds crazy, but it's actually so true. Like when do you feel the best? When you just went to the beach and laid, in the sand, or just
do it in the dirt too.
Walk barefoot. Yeah, like and exactly. So and like if I don't have shoes on and I'm like going somewhere, I'm always barefoot. Just that's how I am. Because what happens is you get a bunch of stored inside of you, stored energy, and that can be like you have in an electrical plug, you have like a grounding wire that literally goes to the ground. So it's literally science right there to get rid of that.
Yeah.
So it does happen with that. That is true. But when you're talking about nature and stuff, getting away from technology, when we had that was like a few weeks ago, right? We were talking about that. We were talking about that. There was something else though. Besides
like speaking to God, like when was God the most clearest to you? And I always say that's when it's more clear to me.
Right, and the reason why I think too is when you don't have your phone, so something I did a couple months ago was I stopped watching all TV shows and stuff like that. Like I'd watch an episode the night before I would go to bed or something to like wind down. Now I just read or I work or I'll listen to music or whatever. So I swapped out. So I listen to ton of music now. I swapped out TV shows for music for sure, but it's been so much better. Like my dopamine like reset, so good. So yeah, I cut that out, and then what I'm doing now is I was like, okay, I'm like constantly listening. I do some podcasts still too, but I'm like constantly listening to music like all day long. And so now I've been trying to even do that less now and just have nothing. So like when I'm cooking, like at least a couple times a week, instead of listening to music, half the time I do, half the time I'll have them in, but I won't have anything just to block out the noise. And I'll just do nothing. And that's when like all my ideas come to me. Like that's why there's shower thoughts, because you don't have anything distracting you. It's just, yeah, no shit. It's just stop putting inputs in so you can actually get room for the outputs, because it's like a one-way street, right? Your brain's like a one-way street. And when you constantly have cars going one way, you can't ever get anything out. You can't get your creativity out. And so that's why shower thoughts work. And so I think if you just disconnect, like Trevor said, and then like you were saying with on the beach and stuff and having clarity, it's just disconnecting. So you actually have room for the stuff to come out, because you have all the answers inside. You know what needs to be done.
Yeah.
And you're just looking for a solution as a distraction so that you can distract yourself from not doing the work that you know that needs to be done. It's crazy. The games that we play with ourselves is insane.
Dude, that's kind of the bone I have to pick with like Hermosi and kind of like the entrepreneur space is like input, work all day, work 16-hour days, and like that's all you do. But like I did that in the beginning, and looking back on it, it was just a bunch of fluff.
Oh,
It's a bunch of BS.
Oh, man.
A bunch of fluff.
I mean, he does say, to come into the defense of Hermosi, he does say, hey, make sure you're working on the right things, and here's how you do it. But the problem is that people don't listen to that 5% of the message that is the most important part of the message, and they just take the advice of continue working hard and grinding away, but they're working on the wrong thing. So I agree 100%. But he does add that caveat, but people don't pick that up.
Exactly.
And they don't understand.
You have to spend, like you were saying, dude, you gotta like disconnect your phone. But like you honestly, I started making more money when I started working less, because then I spent more time just sitting around and thinking about how to make more money. Like,
and you're also forced to be more creative with the time and the inputs that you do have, so you can learn to get more done and leverage the inputs that you are working on, which is key.
Okay. I wanna tap on that a little bit. So how does a person that hasn't been in business that long find that balance between working less and also not settling? Because something else we talk a lot about is the up and down roller coaster. And normally those downs that you deal with in business is due to the work that you weren't doing, or the inputs you weren't doing prior. You took your foot off the gas when the highs were high. So that's a good point. I agree with you, Noah. But how do we kind of make that distinguishment where work less and work on the important things, but also still have enough inputs going in to where you don't deal with those really low points in business?
I have a frame that I want to build, and then you guys can say whatever you want. The concept of having your foot on the gas and the brake at the same time. That's what most people do, and that's how most people live life, and that's how most people try to build a business, because they're constantly going back and forth, which ends up just being pushing both the brake and the gas at the same time, because they work really hard, and then they feel really bad about working really hard and feel like they need to take a break. And then when they take a break, then all they're thinking about when they're taking the break is about what I should be doing when I'm working. And they live their life pushing both pedals, spinning their wheels and going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that you have to understand that there's seasons, both macro and micro, of work, and there's seasons of rest. And so I think if people adopted that would help a lot. That would get them really far. Just understand that it's okay to not work 24/7. It's okay to take time and think about what you need to do. And then also do the deep work, get locked in, and get that done. And then be done with it, leave it alone, go do something else. Don't continue to think about it. And because then you're living in both worlds and it doesn't work.
I think that the issue arises when you take the time where you're supposed to just be thinking and like not doing anything, and you replace that with stupid shit.
Yep.
And so then you work for whatever hours, but instead of taking that crucial time where you're just sitting, resting, thinking, you're like, I don't know, watching some dumb shit or playing video games or doing something like that. And like then you never give yourself time to think.
Yeah,
I think it's a good way to answer that for sure.
I think business owners should focus on, because you guys know, like when you start a business, it's you working just in absolute crap. It's just you putting in hours and hours and hours. You can't avoid that in the beginning. Like that has to happen.
Yep.
Right? But I think what you should focus on more is efficiency and optimizing for efficiency. Right? Like on your personal life, but also in your business life. You taught me something that was brilliant for me, which was, I think it was like Parkinson's law. It was like basically like the allotted time you give a task, you will complete said task. That changed my life because then I was like, okay.
You learned that in college?
Yeah, I guess the professor skipped over that one. But once I learned that, I'm like, okay, like I'm gonna put this in this box, I'm gonna spend this amount of time, and then I'm getting things that I used to take 12 hours and condense it into 4, and then I'm building my business way
Like
faster.
we just talked about previously where people were, I have to set up the CRM first and then I can start running the ads. It's like, no, do the ads so that you have pressure to get it done in a short amount of time because you can do it in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
It's exactly
Or
what it is,
if
yeah.
you just don't procrastinate, you can set up the CRM first. When people are just lazy.
But we all get caught on that.
You know a really good way to win in Parkinson's law? Having a girlfriend. You have a girlfriend. You have to give her dedicated time. So that time I would be spending doing something else. I got to knock this task out because we got to call it at certain times, or we got to go out. So a girlfriend or something of important value, preferably another human being. That really
or having
works.
things in your schedule where people are depending on you, like you said.
Yeah,
I definitely noticed that too. And that's why busy people, if you need something done, ask a busy person.
Mm-hmm.
Because they get so much stuff done. But if you ask, like if you ask someone who's lazy and doesn't do anything, and you ask someone who's busy, you would think it's like, oh, this person has tons of time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna ask them. But the reality is they're not doing anything for a reason.
Yeah.
They have all the time in the world, but they're not doing anything with their time. You ask the busy person if you need something done. And that's part of the compounding effect too with business owners, is once you start getting your feet wet, once you start getting things that you take more and more on your plate, you learn how to get more and more and more done. Because you have things like delegation. You're not just doing everything yourself. Of course not. I forgot where I was going with that, but
That's also a huge way to win, what you just said, delegation. I just learned that like 3 months ago was just human capital. Like give all the things that I spend, like anything I spend 20 minutes or more on per week, I'm just like, dude, you take this and I'm going to spend time on the stuff that actually matters. And that changed my life, right? Because I was spending a bunch of time doing a bunch of shit that didn't matter. I'm swearing this, right? Yeah, spending a bunch of time doing a bunch of shit that didn't matter. When in reality, I was like, dude, you take the shit that doesn't matter. I'll focus on the things that do matter, and then you just start scaling like so much faster. It's incredible.
Because your time is worth a lot more. So it's like than the task that you're doing. So if appointment setting is because you have a setter, right?
Yeah.
So your appointment setter, let's say their time is worth, I don't know what that would be, $25 an hour, something like that. And you're spending time appointment setting, but your time is valued at $100, $200 an hour. So it's like, this does not match up. Like, I should not be doing a 25 an hour task to put it into the frame of mind for the 9 to 5 mindset. I should not be doing like a manager of a giant store chain doesn't go and
unload the fruit or something.
Yeah, exactly. The grocery store. Yeah, they don't go work in produce. They're managing for a reason because their skill set is higher. So when you take on lower skill set activities, you're way undercharging your time. You're paying yourself $25 an hour instead of paying yourself $200 an hour.
For sure. I started doing that with my food in my life too. I was a huge hater on, I don't know if you guys know that. I was a huge hater on DoorDash when I was a little younger, because I've been broke my whole life. Up until about a year ago, I was very poor. So I was like, DoorDash, I'm just wasting money. But now I'm kind of like, dude, if my cost, I think I'm making like $100 an hour, $120 an hour is what I'm worth. If I'm spending, 30 minutes to go get food, that's costing me $60.
Yep.
Right? Like, why am I doing
music to his ears, bro?
Yeah. Why would I go wait in line?
But here's the thing is that you saw DoorDash before, or you saw DoorDash as a waste of money when your time was worth $10 an hour.
Yeah.
when your time is worth $100.
True.
Like, so it's not that DoorDash is or is not a waste of money. It's relative to how valuable your time is.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Bro, I hate cooking too, but what I do now is like while I'm cooking, I'm just trying to like we were talking about, write out ideas, plan the next thing, take phone calls, try to be productive. The
Because you're
grill,
doing one thing with your brain and you're doing one thing with your hands, and you can do both equally well. Yeah.
Dude, the grill is the best thing. The grill and air fryer, man. If you can't afford DoorDash, but you still think your time is valuable, get an air fryer, get a grill. You're good to go.
Don't be putting steak in there, man.
Dude, you'd be surprised actually. Like I only reheat my steaks in the air fryer, but it's good, bro. Like it's seasoned well and good.
My sister called me the other day just to tell me that I need to get an air fryer so I can chop up steak and make air fried steak bites. Like she was like, yeah, that's it. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Like it was a 2-minute conversation. Like she called me just to tell me how good that was. So yeah, don't sleep on air fryers, I guess.
One of the things I want to do, by the way, is I want us to have some type of tradition at the end of these podcasts, like a question or something we say or do.
Like what is it, DOAC, Diary of a CEO, where the next person leaves a question for the next guest, but they don't know who it is.
Yeah,
like just a tradition, like something.
Yeah, I don't know what it would be. We got to think about that.
Well, because sometimes we'll have guests, and sometimes it'll just be us, so it can't be something where we have a guest every time. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I got a question for you guys. What is like your morning kind of routine look like? Like, what does your day look like?
Yeah, we were just talking about this the other day. Pretty easy, man. First thing I do when I wake up is journal, read Bible. I'm really bad at understanding the Bible, so I have this Bible study.
Run TikTok shop?
Yeah, TikTok shop. And then I need to start listening to actual people break it down, because I'm sure it'll make more sense as I get into it. And then the night before, actually, my morning starts the night before. The night before.
Sounds like the productivity bros.
Yeah, the night before, bro, I'm laying out my outfits. I know what I'm going to wear.
Work to get the work done.
I know what I'm going to wear. I know what I'm going to eat. And I know exactly what I'm going to make that next day. But then the next morning, journal, be alone with my thoughts for a little bit. And then I go in to start making TikToks right away. I like doing the hard tasks to start the day, and it doesn't have to be like cold plunge or sauna or whatever, but just some level of work right away before I even eat, because it just gets me more pumped to just get my stuff knocked out. And then the rest of the day is kind of up in the air, but it basically just looks like eating, gym, more work, and then that's about it.
Wake up, do it verse by verse, 100 push-ups, cold shower, went to work.
Between waking up and getting to work, how much time is that?
Hour, maybe. Hour 30.
That's about right, yeah.
The verse by verses are usually like 40 minutes. So
Are you listening? Which ones are you listening to?
the ones I forgot
That Dakota recommended,
Yeah.
right?
I gotta get on that. Yeah, they look good. Bro, I was just sorry to cut you off. I was trying to listen to radio on the way back, dude, and it was the first service that they had streamed, and they uploaded it. Dude, I was halfway through it, and then the video just went private, just like randomly. So I was listening to the rest of it. Really good. Today's, yeah.
I didn't listen to it.
Oh, you did? You guys ever go to church?
I did, but
Oh, you were. Oh, yeah.
I was helping out there. Yeah.
Really, really.
But
good.
I listened to two. I listened to one pastor from Arizona and then one from Hawaii. So I do our church plus two others that I do every week. So we get a lot in there. There's a lot throughout the week. Yeah. So yeah. Instead of going to a service and serving at a service, when I serve, I just do that. I don't go to the service before or after, which may or may not be the best thing, but oh well.
As long as you have time from it.
Get lots of other time in there.
So it's more than
So mine's very different from them. My brain does not work in the morning at all. Like it's so bad.
Really?
Like so my I have like what? What is that? No, dude. It just doesn't work well in the morning. So like creative work. So I can do like if I have some busy work tasks, I'll do a little bit of that. Same thing. I just wake up and a devotional Bible, and then I'll usually have like a few little miscellaneous busy work things I have to get done. But then I try to get to either Muay Thai or the gym as fast as possible, because my brain just doesn't work in the morning creative wise at all. So then I'll do work afterwards. So I do bulk of my work in the early or late morning to But I wake up really early, so it's like it's not
How early?
like 5 to 6.
Oh, okay, that's why your brain doesn't work.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You get like only like 6.
People are like, you don't work. Yeah, I only sleep 6 to 7 hours. Yeah. People are like, you don't work first thing, like that. Like, you don't work first thing you do in the morning. I'm like, no, bro. I'm up like 2 hours before the sun. Like, I've got other.
Are you waking up with an alarm?
No.
Okay, so it is
My
natural.
body
Okay.
just wakes me up.
All right. Well, I mean,
I have an alarm, but I wake up before my alarm like 99% of the time, or 90% of the time.
I mean, if you're waking up natural, then that's cool. That's what changed my life is when I stopped waking up with an alarm.
Yep.
Which is only possible by running your own business and stuff. But I'm like the complete opposite. Like I'll my most active times in creativity and my most deep work is like right after I wake up. So
That's
like,
good.
I'll wake up. I'll try to sleep. I don't set an alarm. I just wake up whenever. It's usually around 7-ish, 6:30-ish. Go out, watch the sunrise, come over to the city, and then I'll drink my coffee. And I'll sit there for about 30, 45 minutes, and I'll just be like, all right, this is what I'm gonna get done today. This is what I'm gonna get done. I'm getting fucking hyped. While I'm sitting there, I'm like, girl, I'm about to kill this shit today. We're gonna get after it. And then I have to do deep work from 7:30 to 12. I can't go work out because working out will take energy away from that, and I can't eat during that time either because it will also take away energy from that and my mental clarity. And then I'll never do a call before 12 o'clock. I used to.
Yeah.
I used to do like sales calls in the morning and meetings in the morning. Just it torches your whole day. So after 12 and then 12:06, I'll do sales calls and meetings, and then I'll go work out. And like
It's crazy how much meetings drain energy.
yeah.
Especially the ones that don't show up.
Yeah. Well, at least the sales meetings, yeah. Like team meetings, like also it's draining as well. But you also do realize, like, I don't know, you don't have a setter yet. You're doing all your own setting, right? Okay.
Well, he doesn't even have say. He just has people come from YouTube and be like, how can I pay you money?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Okay, so you're not even setting people like in
That's it.
DMs. Okay, all right. So you're just doing a little setting, but like
I used the guy from TikTok yesterday.
is that right? Really?
Nice.
Through the DM features? Bro.
He
Wait,
just started on TikTok too.
really,
Yeah.
dude. How is the DM feature for coaches?
It's a little annoying, but
Really annoying.
Is it possible though?
Yeah.
Gosh. You close them? You close them in the DMs?
no, on the call.
Okay. All right. I was gonna say. Interesting. I'm thinking about repurposing all my short content on TikTok, but I don't know how to use the platform.
You can't
Yeah.
do it from IG to TikTok. You have to do the inverse. Like you have to
What do you
post
mean?
it on TikTok first and then repost it on IG.
Why?
Just doesn't work the other way around.
Okay, but why?
Well, number one, you don't have a platform to actually like download it, and then number two is
Dude, there's-
Yeah, you can.
You can snap Insta.
Yeah.
oh,
Snap Insta and Snaptic are the two from either.
like TikTok works good with native stuff.
Yeah. So they're like different algorithms too, for the most part. TikTok is ahead of Instagram in my opinion. So if you upload a TikTok with a certain trend, Instagram's gonna get that like a couple weeks later anyway. But I agree with Trevor. I think it's smart to just repurpose using TikTok to IG than versus. That's good though, man. Congrats. That's good.
Is the organ market on or algorithm on TikTok? Would you say it's better than Instagram's right now?
Yeah, it kind of depends on your
For
offer.
organic, yeah.
For your offer, it kind of depends, but more times than not, yeah, TikTok is the engagement is better. People like feel warmer. Like the comments on Instagram versus the comments on TikTok is crazy, dude. Like the same video can
People
go
are
up,
so mean.
and it's like Instagram are vile,
Yeah.
bro. They're
Yeah.
vicious on Instagram.
And it's funny too, because on Instagram, usually it's more of like a social platform, so it's more of like people have pictures of them and their family on there, and
Yeah.
then they'll just say like some outrageous, like mean
Outrageous.
shit. And it's like, dude, you have your face and a picture of your family on there. Like, you're misrepresenting those people also by putting this. And then it's like on TikTok, it'll be like, user 2908 said you suck. Like, it's not even that bad. Yeah, it's interesting.
Dude, I had to delete TikTok. I was using TikTok for a while. I deleted it. That was the best thing that's ever happened to me in terms of brain rot activity. I deleted it 4 months ago. Haven't opened it since, and but I'm addicted to Reels now. And brain rot on Reels is some intense shit. You guys think that's vile over there? It's horrible. On Instagram.
It never dies. It just moves.
Yeah.
It just moves. It's only evolving and moving.
Dang.
Oh my god. Like the comment that I showed you guys earlier with the guy that was hating on me and then I commented back to him. Like, you're not gonna see that on TikTok, bro. Like Instagram's the only place
You
I'm
see it
on
on TikTok, I think.
Yeah, it depends.
I think you get smashed.
Wait, hold on. We gotta say the comments. We can't just leave them hanging.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Hopefully, he doesn't watch this.
so, dude, someone put a hate comment on one of Noah's ads, and and Noah went to his profile, and dude's missing a hand, and so Noah replied to his comment, said like, "Bro, how did you even type this?" Because he was missing. He had like one hand missing. Right?
No shot.
You're not coming at me, dog.
Oh man. But that's how it is, bro. If you're gonna dish it, you gotta be able to take it, man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy, yeah.
See, my thing is, I love talking shit. So if somebody tells me to talk shit to me, I'm gonna talk shit back to them.
Yeah.
It's just fun to me, you know.
Yeah.
Till it backfires.
Well, and then here's the thing: is that in person, nobody ever says anything to your face. That's the funny thing.
Oh no.
You would never say anything mean to a guy missing a hand in person.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't. It's just the internet is just the Wild West somehow. Like you still have, like I just said, you still have pictures of you, your name, your friggin' social security is probably in there. But then somehow you can just like be so mean to people and it's totally socially acceptable. Isn't that the weirdest thing?
Oh yeah, it's so weird.
Tyler, you're not on Twitter, bro. Twitter's where it's the worst.
I just
It's
started
Twitter,
getting pretty active
Instagram,
on Twitter, but
Maybe like Reddit or some shit, and like TikTok is at the bottom. Facebook maybe. But yeah, Twitter's horrible.
Facebook, it's just like Kathy M is being mean to Candy Y, bro.
Twitter's like a
Facebook's
shadow.
hilarious.
Yeah, Twitter's a fever dream.
Twitter is insane.
Like just the straight up shadow realm. Like you're in there, it's all free will. Like anybody can say anything and do anything. It's insane.
Dang.
So awesome.
It's awesome until it's like you seeing people die every day on the app. Like you're seeing,
Oh yeah, it's
Dude.
bad.
Twitter's ravaged with a bunch of porn, people killing each other,
No
and
way.
a bunch
Bro,
of racists.
I go on Twitter
That's
like
all it is.
a couple times a month, and I never get any of the.
Oh, he's all upset. He's all upset. Why
No,
not?
a couple times. No, here's the thing: is that everybody talks about all this stuff, and I'm like, dude, I don't see any of this. Like everything I see is like make money online.
My algorithm
He's got the
sucks.
board.
Make money online. Dan Co. Some political
You have a
stuff
good
here and
algorithm,
there.
yeah.
My algorithm is insane.
Like, dude, yeah, I guess I need to go on here more to get a better
You
algorithm.
gotta like watch more Andrew Tate and stuff.
It said something about
I
emergency
filled with tape
meetings.
stuff, bro. It's so awesome. My Instagram algorithm, my little brother's 14 years old, and he can speak, all these kids can speak fluent brain rot. Like,
Yeah,
fluent brain rot. And I can understand what he's saying to me. He just sends me like 3 or 4 brain rot reels a day.
Oh
my
my God.
entire feed is just brain rot.
Yeah.
So it just cooks me every day.
Okay, what is the definition of, like, what is, because you and Trevor talk about, you guys live in brain rot.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've luckily sidestepped that. How would you define brain rot? Because Trevor says like, no, how do you define it? Because Trevor just goes like, has a new phrase every. He's like, you didn't hear that on TikTok? I'm like, no, dude, I post stuff on there. I don't consume it. Like, I don't understand. And he
Brain rot is just
say
stupid
like
shit.
type shit, put the fries in the bag, bro. Like just
That's his favorite phrase.
Yeah.
Fries in the back. He'll send us a message. He said he'll send us a message of like a hurricane coming. He'll be like fries in the bag, or like fries period in the bag, like period. In
Or
the
he'll
bag.
just say fries.
Or just fries.
He just says fries. Or it's like he'll say something and it'll just say crickets.
Yeah.
Pretty sure one time he just said crick. He didn't even finish it. Like he's just like, bro, what?
Or we're just like, what do you mean by that, Trevor? But yeah, brain rot. How did you define it?
It's just stupid shit.
Oh, okay.
But is it like from trends?
Dude.
Or how does it get?
It's like old memes that are like taken and blown way out of proportion and like on a very stupid level. Like take like an IQ and then try to drop it as low as possible, and that's what brain rot is. Like you feel dumber coming out of the video watching it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like when I sit there and watch brain rot, I'll watch the video and be like, holy shit, I just got stupider watching this. That's how you know
Okay.
that it's brain rot.
Wait, have you guys seen
It starts with TikTok always, and then slowly it branches to the other platforms.
I have good brain rot for you.
Like, have you seen the knee surgery? Do you know what I'm talking about?
That sounds bad.
Like, no, there's a meme about it being, there's just knee surgery. Like, when I wake up tomorrow, I have knee surgery, and it's like a gif of some guy going like, yeah. Like it makes no sense, is what it is.
Well, I understand brain rot, so it actually does make sense.
I don't
I can
understand.
see how like people are using that.
Me and Alex are on brain rot.
I remember the grape. You guys remember the grape and surgery thing? I remember seeing
Dude,
that.
that was like 2015.
Yeah, that's about it.
Like when there was a robot doing surgery on a grape?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Okay. But what about it?
I just that's as far as
They
my
did
brain rot
surgery on a
goes.
grape?
Dude, that meme was huge. I remember that.
Bro, so I saw this the other day. Someone's like, whoever's doing Nutter Butters advertising on TikTok is on acid.
Yeah.
Bro, is this brain rot? Like, this is Nutter Butters advertising.
3 p.m. on a Friday. Stop.
No.
You gotta put this overlay now on the podcast.
Dude, if I was on acid, I'd be freaking out watching this thing, dude.
Dude, okay. No, you guys can go, look up Nutter Butters TikTok.
I've seen it. Yeah.
This is literally what it is, bro.
Dude, that is horrifying. Yeah, no, brain rot is like,
Right?
Brain rot's
This
actually
is
kind
every
of funny.
video.
yeah, brain rot's funny. Like, brain rot's really funny.
I think don't influencers or streamers influence brain rot the most? Like
Kinda.
people watch people like stream or content
They like
creators.
low-key started.
Yeah, that's kind of like how it started. Like, Kai Cenat, 8
Mhm.
like...
They
That's-
just say
that's-
something once and then their community uses it.
Yeah,
That's when there's
that's-
TikToks about
Oh,
it.
jeez. It's horrible.
Like, have you heard the Christmas song behind the brain rot Christmas
Yeah.
song? Like, like I'm rising in Ohio, or like the cipher.
Oh
you guys,
my God.
you guys know the ciphers for rappers, like the 2016 one with like Uzi, 21 Savage. Yeah, they took that and then re-scripted it all into just brain rot, and it's just like 4 guys on there, like on the track, like rapping in brain.
See, we don't understand it. George is just dying laughing.
Yeah, I just don't see this stuff. Bro.
Prison of
Yeah.
the God in Ohio. Like, it's so bad, bro. It's so bad, dude.
I feel like I'm getting
Yeah.
old, bro. 24, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm
Yeah.
getting old, dude.
I'm 24 too, and I'm getting the shit, so.
That's true. That's true.
You feel like this is, how long do you think this could keep going?
Forever.
You think so? Like,
Yeah.
you keep, because it keeps
As long
getting
as
worse.
TikTok stays up.
Has to, right?
Yeah.
It's just like
It's
a
gonna
whole other
evolve into a
language.
whole new thing. It might not be TikTok. It'll be something else. Like I
So
feel
is this like a culture that is happening? Is this like a culture thing?
Dude, you could call it that, honestly.
Because it feels like you guys are like in on something that we have no idea what you're talking
No,
about.
it's
It
like
feels
a
like a
language.
culture thing.
It's
Yeah.
like a language. Like, when I talk to my little brother, like, we can talk at dinner about something
Yeah.
that's just super wildly inappropriate, but like nobody understands what I'm saying to him, and he's same way. It's like a language, low key.
That's so weird.
But would you call it a culture though?
No.
I don't know about that.
it's part, maybe it's a part of the culture.
Yeah. Well, cultures have their own languages, so.
It's like a young man's culture. Like 15
Yeah.
to 20.
Men that are chronically on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta rescue them, dude.
Dude, I've gotten
Starting with you guys, Alex. We gotta rescue
I've
them,
gotten
bro.
severely dumber since
I don't know. I'm trying to like find a cottage somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Dude.
Yeah.
Trying to get the cottage, dude. I'm tired of the internet already.
Rich off brain rot.
Well, dude, you guys ever do like iFunny in high school?
I had iPhone, yes.
That's where it all started.
That's when I was peak.
Yeah.
If there was brain rot back then, that's when I was at my peak. Was iFunny, bro. iFunny memes are hilarious, dude. iFunny and Kick.
And Vine and shit.
Vine. Oh,
Vine was
Vine
good.
was so good.
Vine was crazy.
Bro, I used to watch Vine on YouTube.
Yes,
Vine
the compilations.
was- yeah,
The
yeah,
compilations
yeah,
were great, dude.
Yeah.
Vine comps, dude.
I feel like that period though is what kind of not torched, but like gave everybody the impression that social media is somewhere where you just come to like entertain yourself, when in reality it's for business purposes, right? But in the beginning it was all vines and making cool videos
Yeah.
and
Vine started brain rot.
connecting. Yeah,
6-second
exactly.
videos, bro. Yeah.
Think about it, bro. These nuts, 21.
Yeah.
Like shit like that is basically now brain rot.
Vine was ahead of its
Got
time.
it, okay.
It's
yeah.
crazy. Some of the best
And they
memes
took it
ever.
down.
Yeah, some
Why
of the
did
best
they
memes
remove it?
ever were 6 to 7 seconds long. Like
Yeah.
it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Now thinking about
And
it.
that was the original TikTok, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was the original vertical platform.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sick.
before Musical.ly and TikTok. I remember I went to high school with a kid who was like semi-famous on Musical.ly. I wonder what happened to him. Yeah. He got mono. Everyone called him Mono Mike. That is gone.
That's brutal.
That's tough, dude. But he was famous on Musical.ly, so.
Musically is
Mono
TikTok.
Mike, if you're watching it, shout out. Shout out
Musically just turned into TikTok.
Right.
So,
Right.
I
But
forgot
then-
about Musical.ly.
But then it got educational because Musical.ly was all just dancing, and
Yeah.
that seems like
Dude,
brain rotty.
that started like
dancing isn't brain rot.
like.
It's not even close.
You think we would exist if that didn't happen prior?
I would have found a way, bro.
Well, no duh, but like I'm talking about what we're doing specifically now and being able to deliver it through the channel that we're doing it. Like, would
That's a
that
good question, man.
been there if all of that hadn't gone down?
Because the fair question would be, would Instagram even adopt Reels? Would
Right,
Like, and you
right,
say,
right.
oh, YouTube Shorts doesn't exist, right?
Right.
Like, that's a great question.
I feel like it would have happened eventually.
In my heart, though, I always wanted to be a YouTuber, so
Me too.
I would have just been a YouTuber. I actually was for a little bit of time.
Mr. Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft, bro. My
You're-
Minecraft.
Dude, I had like two different channels, like SMPs, if you guys know what that is, shout out to you. But playing Minecraft on like servers with friends, bro, I recorded those videos. And every time I stopped was because I had to go back to school. My mom didn't want me playing video games during the week, so I couldn't keep up my channel. But bro, had I kept going or had the freedom I have now, I would have been one of the most popular Minecraft YouTubers.
Oh,
I've ever
God.
had. I would have eventually transitioned to like Fortnite or something.
I'm so glad that you did not become.
Dude, I would have been top, bro. I was a gamer back in the day, bro. Just not an FPS gamer. Literally any other game besides FPS. I hate FPS games.
Dude, when COVID, no, before COVID was hitting back in like 2017, that's way before COVID, it's got nothing to do with it. But I broke my foot and I had hernia surgery, so I was out for like 10 months. I would just sit on my computer all day and just play Minecraft. I think I logged maybe like
Hunger Games.
hundreds of
Hunger
hours. The Hunger Games, was it P for P or
Player versus environment?
yeah, PvP or something.
PvP, yeah.
Player versus that stuff was crazy. It was awesome. You ever play Skyblock before?
Yes.
Oh,
I had multiple servers, bro.
Dude.
I downloaded the map. Bro, I feel like we were playing Minecraft the other day, by the way. Like a month ago, we were playing Minecraft.
Yeah, it's because we went down to Miami for the hurricane, and we're like, we have bad internet service. Like we're like, what do we do? And we're like, we should all get Minecraft. So we got the mobile Minecraft, and we
That's
started
so
playing.
That's so lit.
We were just sitting in an Airbnb playing,
Minecraft.
and we were like waiting for stuff to go out to dinner like 8 hours later that night. It was like 12 o'clock. We were going to dinner at 8, and we're like, what? We have 8 hours. What do we do?
So-
Download mobile Minecraft.
That's so deep.
Nothing beats PC
And
Minecraft.
Trevor and
No,
Trevor and
doesn't
Alex
matter.
were out like fighting zombies and shit, and I'm just like mining in a cave. I have like gold
You were
and
helping
like all
us,
this
bro.
stuff.
You were helping us.
I'm just holed up and I'm just like accumulated resources, and they're out here just like dying left and right fighting me.
They're doing all the legwork for you.
Because they put it on like super hard.
Yeah.
mode.
As you
Yeah,
should.
and then they're like, all right, this is gay. I quit. I'm like, bro, I just stacked all this stuff. Like, oh my god, it was so funny.
No, what we have to do is GTA 6, bro. We all gotta play GTA 6.
Oh, yeah.
Please. We all gotta get the game. We all have money. Let's get the game, play really hard for like a week.
That game.
For anyone watching this that doesn't have money, get your money now so that when GTA 6 comes out, you can play it for a week straight. Not okay.
I'm taking a nice
What are we
week
gonna
off.
play it on? I don't have a console or anything.
Get on your
Oh yeah, he doesn't have a console or a computer that's good enough.
I got a PC.
Really? Oh, that's right. You're on your laptop.
Well, I have
I just have
it actually won't even. Yeah, did you just? Yeah, I don't think it's gonna even come on PC. It's only on console only.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the first 3 months. So only I will be playing on my PS5. You
When's
guys
the-
got PS5s, bro.
You know the.
I could get a PS.
Did they put a release date yet for it?
Sometime next year, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
I
That's
think I
been
saw
for
a clip
years.
of Kai
I
talking
think it's all
about.
gonna be Miami.
Yeah, that's exactly why we gotta play. It's in Florida, bro. So we gotta play.
We already know.
Bro, I actually had a few businesses. I was stealing cars.
you did.
I was still in car business. I had strip club. I had a couple businesses in GTA, bro.
I
I
used to
love
make money playing Madden Mobile.
Madden Mobile. Yeah, I think you told us that.
I
Yeah.
made bank. I used to snipe cards, and then like I got a ton of gold, and then I'd like go to people in school and be like, I'll give you a bill of gold, give me $10.
Entrepreneurs at heart, bro.
I love it.
Anybody have a lemonade stand here? or-
I do. Yeah. Of
Yeah,
course.
man.
Man. Of course. We
Yeah.
would sell-
I was selling the Costco candy boxes that were like 24, and you get like 50 in them. I sold for like $1. Like
Nice.
$25, bro.
I think the first business I ever started when I was like like 11 years old, and it was a dog walking business.
Ooh.
And I would just go around to my neighbors, knock on their door, like, hey, you got a dog I can walk. They felt bad for me.
That's actually a really good business,
It was.
especially if you're young.
It was, and I remember only doing like 3 customers, and the last guy who I stopped was like, he went on vacation. He was like, yeah, I'll watch your dog for you, X amount of money per day. And he ended up coming back, and he was like, dude, like, you didn't do all of these things. You didn't, like, I fed him and walked him, but he was like very particular about what he wanted. He was like, I'm not gonna pay you. And I'm like,
And you're like
what?
11.
And I'm like 11 years old, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I did what you asked me to do. And at the time, you don't understand business. And I write that in there, I'm like, okay, like, welcome to your business moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dealing with customers. It's always the fun part.
Well, what a podcast this was. We want to wrap it up now?
Yeah, 2025. Any personal or business goals, Noah, that you're trying to hit?
I think we all know the answer to that, bro.
Well, I wasn't going to go around. I was just curious for Noah's. Because you've
Ah.
answered ours before on the
Yeah.
podcast. So I just wanted to know Noah's.
I mean, my main goals moving into this year was start an online business and move to Florida, and I did both of those things. So I think moving into 2025, I want to be able to be hitting 50K a month pretty consistently. That's definitely a monetary goal. And then on a personal side, definitely want to get back into Muay Thai more, training a little bit more, and hopefully moving to Tampa. That'd be dope.
Nice.
So,
Are there any Muay Thai gyms in St. Pete?
there's a few. There's a couple Muay Thai gyms, but they're kind of like outside the city. It's
Yeah.
just kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I would love if I had somebody that I could just hit gloves with. You know what I mean? Like, someone could be so much
Well,
easier.
the one I go to is great, but it's in downtown, so that's going to be like 40 minutes for you. That's the problem. Because it's like 20 minutes from here.
It's brutal.
Yeah. But if we all move
Air.
into the Airville, then it's only a 5-minute drive. Actually, you could probably walk there. It's only like a mile, I think. Yeah.
It's really
Like downtown. It takes 5 minutes to drive.
That's right.
At least ends in July, I think.
July.
June or July.
And with this, a 60-day hold here.
Because you guys end what? August 1?
You guys want to
July
just all break the
31st.
race early?
Yeah, what's your guys' lease? Do you guys know what your lease break
I don't know, bro.
Let's
That's
stop the video and then talk.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
All right. Love it.
Cool. Well, boys, I appreciate you having me. This was fun. Let's
Yes,
do it again
sir.
sometime.
Talk more brain rot.
I'd love Great ride, Minecraft.
All right. Till the next time.
Peace, guys. Peace.